What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. We're going over every single class. We're doing a PvP overview, going through a couple of builds for them, and today we're going to be talking about the Rogue. The Rogue is going to be a lot of fun because there's a few different builds that you can run, whether you want to use swords, maces, or a dagger, ambush, backstab type of build. We're going to go over those two different builds right now, so without further ado, guys, let's dive in. All right, so for Rogue, we have a couple of different builds we can run, right? You can be running a combat PvP build, right, where you're using one-handed swords or one-handed maces, or you can run a dagger build where you're focusing on ambush, or a dagger build where you're focusing on backstab. So the first one we're going to go over here is the dagger builds, right? We're going to focus on an ambush build, basically coming out of stealth and pretty much half healthing, if not more, someone with your opener, right? So for our chest rune, obviously we're going to want Slaughter from the Shadows, and this reduces the energy cost of your backstab and ambush abilities by 20. So this is an absolute must-have. You're going to take Slaughter from the Shadows on your chest, and for your hands, the best choice here if you're going with this dagger spec is Shadow Strike. Teleport behind your target and strike, causing 150 weapon damage to the target. Must be stealth. Awards 1 combo point. So Shadow Strike here would be a really good choice. You could also sub that out for something like Saber Slash. It's going to really depend on how you want to play it, but for the purposes of this build, I'm going to go with Shadow Strike. And then on our legs, we're going to go with Between the Eyes, which is basically a ranged kidney shot. And, you know, regular kidney shot, we do not get till 30 or 32, I'm pretty sure. So this allows you to have the kidney shot ability at level 25, and it's ranged, so it couldn't be any better. So we're going to take Between the Eyes, right? And for this build, so if we're going to focus on an ambush build, right, you basically, the whole point of this build is you want to come out of stealth, and your opener needs to be strong, right? You want to open on someone and pretty much half health them, if not more, and then maybe finish them off with a gouge, backstab, or a couple sinister strikes, or, you know, just a backstab and finish them off. So that's the purpose of the ambush build. And what we're going to do for the ambush build is we're going to put 5 points in opportunity, increase the damage dealt when striking from behind with your backstab, garrote, or ambush abilities. This is going to give us a 20% damage increase when we put 5 points in there. And then our main goal here is we want to get down to improved ambush, right? So the best talents in the second row here are going to be 2 points in elusiveness, which will reduce the cooldown of your vanish and blind by 1.5. We don't have blind at this level, but we do have vanish, so reducing that cooldown does help us out a bit. And then you could put 3 points in master of deception to reduce the chance that enemies have to detect you while you're stealth, or 3 points in camouflage to increase your stealth movement speed and decrease the cooldown of stealth. I think what we're going to do is go with camouflage. I do think this is better for PvP. Having that 9% speed increase in stealth and the reduced cooldown on stealth is going to be really nice. And then obviously our 3 points in improved ambush. This is going to give us 45% extra chance to crit with ambush. So it's more than half of the time between this and your regular crit chance, your ambush is going to crit. And when ambush crits, it does a lot of damage. It's benefiting from opportunity, so it's getting 20% more damage. And then we have 3 points left to use, and we're going to add those into initiative. So for me, this would be my ambush build. Initiative is great because it gives you a 75% chance to add an additional combo point to your target when using your ambush, garrote, or cheap shot, right? So if you're opening with ambush, there's a really good chance it's going to give you 2 combo points. You know, you can hit them with a gouge and then an eviscerate, maybe they're dead, or a gouge, backstab, eviscerate, dead. So I think that's going to work out really well. But there's another way you can play this kind of like stealthy dagger rogue style. So let's reset those talents, right? What we're going to do for this build is we're going to put 5 points in opportunity again for that 20% damage increase on backstab, garrote, or ambush. And then we're going to head over to the combat tree. We're going to put 2 points in improved sinister strike, 3 points in improved gouge. This is going to make our gouge last 1.5 seconds longer, which is really nice. 3 points in improved backstab. That's going to give us 30% extra chance to crit with backstab. And then we have 3 points left to use. So with these points, you can kind of do what you want. You can go a little bit more survivability, put them in either parry chance or dodge chance. But for me, I would put them straight into 3 more crit. So now you're getting 33% chance to crit on your backstab. So 1/3 of the time, plus whatever your normal crit chance is. It's got to be like 6 or 7% at this level, especially with the gear we're going to have access to. So you're going to have over a 40% chance to crit with that. I do think this is a strong build. However, I do think the ambush build might be a little bit stronger, simply because ambush does a boatload of damage, right? And having that almost instant crit on ambush on your opener, and then having initiative to give you that extra combo point, I just feel might be stronger, but this is going to be something that requires some testing, right? And then there's other ways you can play this. If you don't want to play Dagger Rogue and you want to play more like run at people and fight them, there's a couple of choices you can do here. You can go with just a flesh wound, which is the tanking rune for rogues, which will make you a lot more tanky. You can kind of run at people and just start whacking them. Or you can take quick draw, which is basically a ranged hamstring that will award you 1 combo point. And then on our hand rune, what we're going to do here is take Saber Slash. This will work pretty well also because what's going to happen here is you're going to be using this as your main spender to deal damage. It's going to put a stacking bleed on them that stacks up to 3 times and gives you 1 combo point. So Saber Slash will be really good here. And then of course for the legs, again, we're going to take Between the Eyes for that ranged kidney shot. It's going to be nice to have that stun at this level. And then for our talent points, we're going to put 2 points in Improved Sinister Strike to reduce that energy cost by 5, and Saber Slash does benefit from this as well, so the energy cost will be reduced by that 5. We're going to put 3 points in Improved Gouge, just because Improved Gouge is absolutely necessary for PvP. And then we're going to put 5 points in Deflection to get that 5% extra parry chance, and then we're taking Riposte, a strike that becomes active after parrying an opponent's attack. This attack deals 150 weapon damage and disarms the target for 6 seconds. Don't underestimate this ability. It does a lot of damage, and having that disarm when you're fighting a warrior or a paladin or now, you know, an enhancement shaman, even another rogue, this is going to come in handy a lot. Even melee hunters, right? So this is going to be really nice having that ability. And now we have 5 points left, right? So what you can do is go for some more cooldowns. You can go with improved sprint and endurance, and then maybe improved kick. Or if you want just a little bit more damage, we can go with straight up 5% more crit into Malice. Me, the way that I would probably run this, since this is more of kind of like a tanky build, especially if you run just a flesh wound instead of quick draw, I would run the endurance to reduce the cooldown of sprint and evasion by 1.5 minutes and improve sprint to get off any snares or anything like that. So basically, if a mage novas you, a druid entangle roots you, you can just pop sprint and it's 100% of the time it's going to get you out of that snare. And then having improved kick, 50% chance to silence the target for 2 seconds. I mean, this could change the tides of battle really fast, right? If you're fighting a mage or a lock and you get on top of them and you interrupt them, and now they're locked out of frost spells, locked out of shadow spells for 2 seconds, that's enough time for you to lay some serious damage on them. So that's basically the 3 builds that I would personally run if I were to be PvPing on Rogue at level 25 in Phase 1 of Classic WoW Season of Discovery. So if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button and drop some comments down below. Let me know what you would do. Let me know what you would do differently, right? I'm not perfect. I'm just a theory crafter, and I love the game, and I'm just having so much fun coming up with these builds. And subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next time I post a video. I'm putting out tons of Season of Discovery content. I'm going to be covering it all through the entire season, and then whatever the next season is, we'll be covering that as well. And if you guys want to hang out with me live, I do stream on Twitch Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/hammerdance. I'll drop a link to that in the description below this video. And we have an awesome community going on Discord, so if you want to join that, we're doing a launch day event where we're trying to be the first guild created on the server. We have a ton of people signed up. It's going to be an absolute blast. So if that sounds like something you'd like to be a part of, or you'd like to just join the guild and hang out with people, maybe you just want to join a nice Discord community that's hype about SOD and wants to play the game and enjoys and loves it just as much as you do, head on over to the Discord. There's tons of people in there. We will welcome you with open arms. But anyways, guys, that's all from me. Thank you all so much for watching and listening in. I'll see you all in the next one.